Okay, so I'm going to continue with my experience with suicide and love. I would use suicide, the thoughts of suicide, as a form of escape, as a form of dealing with how I felt in that moment. I used it as a feel better point to try and get rid of hating myself. Yeah, the point of hating myself was quite large. Um, I hated myself because I wasn't what I wanted to be. I wasn't doing things that I wanted to do. I was hating myself because I had all this information and I did nothing with it. I just thought about it, which was not helping any problem. So I would go into very low states of depression. And in that, I would be constantly thinking about suicide, and I'd be playing that thought over and over again in my mind as a form of dealing with the depression. I thought death would be a solution to my problems. I thought that it would solve everything. I thought that if I were to not exist here, then I wouldn't have to deal with anything that is here, and that within dying, everything is removed within that moment. Um, yeah, marijuana didn't help at all. It kind of helped or assisted the bipolar existence of extreme highs and extreme lows. And my personality was that of which of being happy and smiley around people. And then when I would be alone, I would just immediately go into this self-hate and brood over my life. They always say that the person who commits suicide is always very happy and very, smiling. Has a very positive energy. But, of course, in polarity, there has to be that negative energy. And that shows up when I was alone. I wanted to put on a persona of being happy and smiley and friendly and nice, and as being the good guy. I wanted to put on that persona because I was afraid of what people would think about me. And if I were to put on that persona, then people would be more, or be less likely to hate me, as I hated myself. And the funny thing is that I hated myself for acting that way, because I knew it was a lie. I knew that I was deceiving myself. I knew that it wasn't, natural. I knew it wasn't me. I was aware of that I put on a mask. So I would, at times when I'd be involved with people a lot and talking and sharing, and all this positive energy running around in me, I would then end up alone and then just have all this hate and negativity towards myself. What I would do is that I would replay the situations in my head so that I would judge myself from the perspective of other people, and judge myself whether or not I was accepted. So I would, when I would go into those negative stints, I would think about suicide a lot. I would use that as an excuse to solve a lot of my problems. Yeah, okay, yeah. After that, after hanging out with friends and positivity, I'd go into negativity, and I would support my negativity with the belief that I'll forever be alone, and that I will have nobody on this earth to support me. And again, that reverts back to the point of love, that I've used love as a form of support and comfort, that within my definition, that the person that loves me will always be there for me and take care of me. I'm sure that has developed through the culture that I've been brought up in. Yeah, I would go through lots of highs and lows as well with psychosis. At one point, I would believe myself to be God. At the other, I would believe myself to be the devil. So I would go through that a lot. And my suicide existed a lot within polarity. If I have a high, I'm going to have a low, low. So I would manifest it for myself, and I didn't want to face the consequences of of having a low, low. So I would try and escape it. I wanted the positivity in all of it. So now, with my actual self-application, I breathe a lot more. A lot more. Not enough, though. when the high highs come, or when I feel that coming on, I stop within that moment, and I breathe, and I calm myself down. And yeah, I investigated, why do I feel so happy? Why am I so excited? Even in the low lows, that I cannot breathe and just like calm myself down to a point where I'm calm. I kind of have to just investigate it and work through the point that I'm feeling depressed about. And it's more or less to do with myself, to do with how I believe that I'm acting and how I want myself to be. I've been trying to control myself. I haven't let myself be, and I have let myself be a few times, just like recently in the past few months. And it's easier. I have no thoughts. I just be. I just exist. There's no guidance or form of control within it. And I actually do things more. Like I was letting myself be while working. And usually I would have thoughts of, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And when I was allowing myself to be, I just moved myself into whatever I had to do. And it was quite nice. There was no reactions, there was no emotions, there was no thoughts. And I was breathing a lot easier. That's my time. If I think of another point to talk about on suicide, I'll add another video.